Welcome to our channel. Today I will share you a molten chocolate lava cake recipe. Few desserts capture the imagination quite like a molten chocolate lava cake. With its delicate outer shell and gooey, flowing center, this treat is both decadent and dramatic. A showstopper that never fails to impress. But what's truly delightful is that making a molten chocolate lava cake at home is far simpler than you might think. All it takes is a handful of high-quality ingredients, a bit of technique, and the willingness to indulge. To begin, gather your ingredients. You'll need the finest dark chocolate you can find, at least 60 to 70% cocoa for that deep, intense flavor. You'll also want unsalted butter, because it allows you to control the saltiness of the final dessert. Eggs are essential, bringing structure and richness, and a touch of all-purpose flour helps set the cake's delicate crumb. Sugar, of course, balances the bitterness of the chocolate, and a pinch of salt sharpens every flavor. For an extra layer of aroma, consider adding a splash of pure vanilla extract. Start by preheating the oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit or about 220 degrees Celsius. The high temperature is crucial. It will set the exterior of the cakes while leaving the centers molten and luscious. Prepare 4 ramekins, each about 6 ounces in size. Generously butter the inside of each ramekin, making sure to get into every corner, then dust them with cocoa powder. This not only adds flavor, but helps the cakes release easily once they're baked. Now, move to the heart of the recipe, melting the chocolate and butter together. Chop 6 ounces of dark chocolate into small, even pieces. Place the chocolate and half a cup of unsalted butter in a heat-proof bowl. Set the bowl over a pot of simmering water, making sure the bottom of the bowl doesn't touch the water. Stir gently and patiently as the chocolate and butter melt together, forming a smooth, glossy mixture. Remove from the heat and let it cool slightly, just enough that it won't scramble the eggs in the next step. In a separate bowl, crack 2 large eggs and add 2 additional egg yolks. The extra yolks impart a custard-like richness. To the eggs, add 1/3 cup of granulated sugar. Whisk vigorously until the mixture becomes thick and pale and the sugar has dissolved. This step is key to achieving a light, airy structure in the final cake. Now, pour the melted chocolate and butter mixture into the egg and sugar blend. Add a pinch of salt and a teaspoon of vanilla extract if you like. Stir gently until everything is fully combined, taking care not to deflate the eggs. Sift in 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, folding it in delicately. Don't overmix, just blend until no streaks remain. Divide the batter evenly among the prepared ramekins. You'll notice that it's glossy, velvety, and almost impossibly fragrant. If you want to get creative, you can tuck a small piece of chocolate or a teaspoon of hazelnut spread into the center of each ramekin for an extra molten core. Place the ramekins on a baking sheet for easy handling, then slide them into the hot oven. Bake for exactly 12 to 14 minutes. The edges of the cakes should be firm and set, while the centers will still appear soft and slightly jiggly. This is the magic moment, the balance between structure and flow. Once out of the oven, let the cakes rest for 1 minute. Run a thin knife around the edge of each ramekin to loosen the cake, then invert onto a serving plate. The cake should release easily, standing tall and proud with a hint of the molten center peeking through a small crack in the top. The true joy of molten chocolate lava cake is in the first cut. As your fork pierces the tender exterior, warm chocolate ganache flows out, pooling onto the plate in a river of indulgence. The aroma is intoxicating: deep cocoa, creamy butter, and a whisper of vanilla. To serve, you can dust the cakes with confectioner's sugar for an elegant touch. A scoop of vanilla ice cream or a dollop of softly whipped cream pairs beautifully, the cold creaminess contrasting with the warm, liquid chocolate. Fresh berries, raspberries, strawberries, or blackberries add a burst of tartness and color. If you're feeling adventurous, a drizzle of caramel sauce or a sprinkle of flaky sea salt can elevate the flavors even further. What makes molten chocolate lava cake so beloved isn't just its taste, but its ability to evoke a sense of occasion. It's a dessert that feels special, yet is achievable in less than 30 minutes from start to finish. The key is to use the best ingredients you can find and to trust your senses. Don't overbake and let the chocolate shine. For those with dietary preferences, there are simple adjustments. To make the cakes gluten-free, substitute the all-purpose flour with almond flour or a gluten-free blend. If you're seeking a dairy-free option, swap the butter for high-quality dairy-free margarine and choose dairy-free chocolate. Whether you're celebrating a birthday, an anniversary, or simply the joy of chocolate, this dessert never fails to delight. The sight of the warm, flowing chocolate, the contrast of textures, and the symphony of flavors make each bite unforgettable. So, the next time you want to impress your guests or treat yourself to something extraordinary, remember that molten chocolate lava cake is both accessible and inspiring. With a little care and the right ingredients, you can bring the magic of the finest restaurant dessert straight into your own kitchen. The reward is a moment of pure pleasure as the warm chocolate center spills onto your plate and every forkful melts in your mouth. A memory made in chocolate to be savored again and again. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on the latest sweet recipes.